What's up, everybody? This is Eric from SLC Punkcast. Welcome to another episode of Live and Wired. I believe we're on episode 24 now. If it's not 24, then it's probably 25. Again, I need to be better at logging this type of shit because my mind is elsewhere, folks. It's episode 24, yes. Episode 24. 24, and yeah, this is the portion of the show that we talk about shows that we've attended and shows that will be coming up that we feel you ought to check out. And we give you all the details as they come in. So, with that being said, let me regale you with a show that I not only attended, but played last week. So, here is Tales from the Pit, episode 15. So yeah, there was only, like I said, there's only one singular show that I went to, and that was the show that I played up in Ogden's own distillery. And it was just a 3-band bill, which included the Apathetics, Radcab, and Hi-Fi Murder. And we were playing in the back of their distillery, which was a little event area that was basically this sort of like mini, and I mean mini, like a fucking 1, 2, 3 tier amphitheater that was maybe 40 yards in diameter, and it had a bunch of those white wedding chairs and round tables. So we're pretty sure that we're playing in a place that was reserved especially for wedding receptions or bar mitzvahs or whatever. So it was kind of a weird setting, but a show is a show nonetheless. So I don't care. I didn't care. I'll play anytime, anywhere within reason. Yeah, it was a good show. Radcab, they came on first, and they sounded pretty awesome, but except for the vocals. The vocals, I couldn't hear the vocals. And when I got closer, I could hear them, but they were echoing. There was so much reverb coming off of the vocals. And I'm like, oh, I hope this doesn't carry for the rest of the set. And thankfully it didn't. The Hi-Fi Murder guys, Ryan, he actually said, don't play until we figure out the sound problem. Okay, we won't. So yeah, that's really what happened. But Radcab, from what I could hear, they put on a great set. They were a lot of fun to watch. Definitely the heaviest band on that bill. They had a bit more of like a mid-2000s post-hardcore vibe, sort of Saves the Day, Senses Fail, that sort of energy. And they were good. And then it was us, Apathetics. We went onto the stage, and the sound guy, oh my god, it took about 20 minutes for him to figure out the sound, at least just to get the reverb effect off of the vocals. It took 3 people, and the main sound guy, it was his first day. And as I was checking my mic to the best that I could, I was going, it's my first day. It's my first day. Just mocking him with the Simpsons quote. Anyway, it was still a good time. I still had fun playing. I had a lot of fun playing the songs that, we spent hours rehearsing and writing and some of them recording. And we actually managed a pretty good set. But the sound guy kept giving us signals like to Josh. He was like, turn up, or turn down. And he was telling me to turn down. I'm like, okay, then I'll turn down. And then the vocals, like people could hear Tyler okay, but they couldn't hear me. I mean, I'm not the singer, but I provide backing vocals. And people were coming up on the stage during one of our songs to sing along with us, and you couldn't hear them. Like, they'd be using my mic, and you couldn't hear them. So that kind of sucked. So that was kind of a bummer. Also, the mic kept shocking me. I hated that. Plus, the other thing, we had to bring up one of our own mics because they didn't have enough. They only had 2. They only had 2 mics. And we had to bring up 2. I accidentally left one behind. That actually brought up all 3 of ours. Brought up all 3 of our mics. And I accidentally left one up there because that's not something we usually do. Usually the venue provides the microphones. But, oh well. Sucks. So the show was pretty fun. So yeah, the show was pretty fun despite the hiccups. We had our friend Gentry come up and sing the lyrics alongside Tyler to the song "Misery," and she did very well. And people were really taken by us. They really loved our set. We had a few people come up and buy our shirts. Had a few other people tell us that they loved our energy. One said they really loved my energy, loved that I was really putting it. You could just see it in my performance. I go, well, yeah, that's what I do. I'm not going to sit there and stand and look all bored and everything. I'm playing exciting music. At least I got to do is look exciting. And then Hi-Fi Murder takes the stage, and they absolutely crush it. They always do. They're always a fun band to see live. They played some of their classics, though I wish that they at some point would play Goonies. I wish that they would play Riot. I wish that they would play... God damn, what is the other song? These songs that I wish they would play and I don't know their fucking titles. Yeah, am I professional or not, folks? I mean, let me tell you. I'm just gonna keep speaking and I'm just gonna keep speaking out my ass. How's that? Bad Intentions. That's one that I wish they would play. Bad Intentions. I got bad intentions. So yeah, that was oh yeah, Police Brutality. That's the one I really wanted them to play. Fuck the police, live in anarchy. People were revolting, there were riots in the streets. Yeah, that's all I want from you guys. That's all I want. Just play those songs. That'd be awesome. Though they did do, once again, their cover of When You Were Young by Cockspara. They played that last time I saw them when they played at my house. And that was it was good. They played for all the skinheads, so of course they're going to play Cockspara. Anyway, so yeah, the show up there, overall, it was a great time. Except for the fucking wind. Oh my God. This last weekend, if you were living in Utah, you felt that temperature drop. Yeah, temperature drop in the middle of summer. Yeah, we go from 90 to 70. That's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. But one, it's such a sporadic change in temperature, your body needs more time to get acclimated to that. So, yeah, well, 70 degrees is welcomed. Just to give us some wiggle room. Give us some time to get used to it. Our bodies are not that well equipped for the sudden temperature change. But anyway, there was that. I could deal with it down here in Salt Lake, but going up to Ogden, it's significantly colder up there, like 10 degrees colder. So I'm sitting up there with my arms folded. I am freezing in June in Utah. This was really fucking weird. I should have brought a hoodie. God damn it. Why didn't I bring a hoodie? It is too cold to be out here. This is fucking stupid. Anyway, that's how the show went. It was good. It was great. It was a great time. It was a fun show. And then when we got back down to the valley, me and my girlfriend, by the way, this is our first time seeing me perform live, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. Hope you like that. Hope you like that, babe. She did. She posted on her Instagram. She was taking videos of me playing, saying, "Bassist is looking cute. I really hope I get to touch his butt." And she did. She did. She did all of that. Anyway, we got back down to the valley, and we hit up the guys in Cudney being like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" "Hey, we're partying." "All right, we're going to come by." So we grabbed a case of beer, went over to the Cudney boys' house, and there they were. All of them just sitting out in a circle in their back patio, and they're all shotgunning beers. Now, boys in Cudney, they love to shotgun. And there were like 7 or 8 people there, and we all had like our can of PBRs. I shotgunned a beer 3 times. 3 times with those guys. And it was so funny. We all shotgunned. And as soon as it's done, all 8 of us just went in a collective chorus of "Bleh." It was so funny just hearing so many people burp at the same time. I know that's not exactly a show, but hell, was it a performance. And their little garden table was just puddled with so much of the remnants of beer, all the shit that was left behind. And they made it a point to have all the cans sideways. They had a couple of styrofoam boxes from Panda Express on there. And they had a katana. Yes, they had a katana. It was so dull. I've had plastic butter knives that were sharper than that fucking thing. So that thing was not a lethal weapon at all. And what were we doing? Oh, we're playing around with it. I'm just like trying in vain to slice in half all the empty beer cans, till eventually I just take the katana, stick it through the styrofoam boxes, and it's like, look at that. It's like the sword of the stone, the katana and the styrofoam. So he who pulls this sword will be the ruler of all fast food. And I go and pull it, brings all the styrofoam up, overturns the boxes and all the rice and chow mein and whatever remnants that were left behind in those boxes all over the table, just sitting in the pooling fucking beer and spit and God knows what else. That table was a mess. It was the dirtiest I'd ever seen that table. And that is a table at a party house. What can I say? But there was a classier side to it. Ben, he treated us to his little charcuterie board, and that was just a packet of saltines and his, as he said, very weird cheese. He actually introduced it as that. Would you guys like some very weird cheese? Yes. So he opens it up, and there is some Gruyere and Brie cheese. And we just start hacking them off by the slice. Said that he borrowed it from the grocery store. Said, yeah, I just was looking at my phone, and I just pick up a block of cheese, just stick it in there, and put my phone in a different pocket, so it looks like I just put my phone back in my pants. The way he said it made more sense. Anyway, we just sat there, we ate all the cheese, ate all of his fucking cheese, and just downed all the crackers, and all the beer was gone. All the beer that we brought. It's like, we bring you beer, you give us cheese. Seems like a fair trade. Oh God! So that was my night. You know, that was the show that I performed, and the little epilogue after that. I hope you enjoyed that. So that was my tale from the pit. Now, what is going to be going on in the pit in the upcoming couple of weeks, buddy? There is a lot. And I mean a lot that's going to be happening. First, on the 27th, we have the first of a couple of benefit shows for Arturo Gamboa. And if you have been paying attention to the news in Salt Lake last week, you know that he was wrongfully arrested and wrongfully accused of open firing at someone at a peaceful protest. He was not the armed assailant. He did not even raise his gun. He did not have his finger on the trigger. It was the peace officers that started shooting. And the peace officers, of course, were let free because the police, like the fucking police force sponsored them. And of course, they're cops, so they're going to be let free. But anyway, Arturo is not being held anymore. He's not in jail because the judge said, yeah, he's literally done nothing wrong. But there are going to be more legal proceedings, and so people are throwing together these benefit shows to help raise some money for his, the financial burden that comes with proceeding with a fucking case. And yeah, he's done nothing wrong. We got to make sure that everyone else sees that, because it's bullshit. It was bullshit that he got arrested. It's bullshit that he's having to face this. So, for Arturo, just show your fucking, come out and show your support. There's going to be a couple of benefit shows for him. The first of which, on June 27th, with Mind Lock, Dead Language, Dysentery, Disfetted, and Griebler. And to find out where that show is, you got to ask around, ask a punk rocker. They ought to know, or they know someone who does know. So, just connect with people. They're asking for an $8 to $10 donation. Starts at 6 p.m. And then on the 28th, Moon Farmer, Moon Wizard, and Goat Sifter will all be playing at Ace's High Saloon. That'll be $15. Starts at 8 p.m. And yeah, the Moon Wizard is the Moon Farmer. You ever think about that? I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. You probably have not even heard of those bands until I just mentioned them. So, right there. Then on the 28th, Cudney, Sex Dolls, Vape Plug, Total Cereal, and The Squirms. Trust me, I know that text is hard to read, but it is what it says. Those are the bands that are playing. They will be playing at Boomerangs Down Under. Let me try that again. They'll be playing at Boomerangs Down Under. It's $10 in advance, $15 if you pay at the door, and it starts at 8 p.m., mate. Crikey, $10 for a show. I remember when they used to be $5. And there were more bands. Anyway, there's that. Then on the 29th, Saint Breaker, Deathblow, and Verita will be playing at Ace's High Saloon. That is $15. And it starts at 5 p.m. Deathblow, you want to play your whole new EP in its entirety? It's a good EP. Open seasons. Check it out. Then on the 2nd, July 2nd, moving into the new month, our boys from Haywire are going to be coming through to Salt Lake. I'm excited for that. Haywire is a fucking kick-ass band from the East Coast. Just brutal fucking skinhead hardcore music. Love them. Anyway, they'll be playing with Mask, Taste of Blood, and Bounty Hunter. And that will be at the Fellowship Sober Hall. $20 show. Starts at 8 p.m. Then on the 3rd, the mighty, brutal, fucking death metal for hardcore kids band Creeping Death are coming back to Salt Lake with Cruelty and Upon Stone. And our boys in Recidivist are going to be playing with them. Such a good lineup. Such a hefty fucking lineup. Protect your neck, for sure. Anyway, they'll be playing at Fellowship Hall. And that's going to be a $20 show if you buy in advance. $25 if you buy the door. That starts at 8 p.m. Then on the 11th, there's a couple things happening on September, on 7-Eleven Day. Yeah, free slushy day. Get your free slushy and go and check out Clover's Curfew, Fig, Pirates of the Promised Land, and Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors at Ace's High Saloon. That is a $15 show. It'll be starting at 7:30. But something you should really check out, is the Summer Shake-Up, which is Nikki's birthday show. Nikki is my friend. She helped start the Poser Palace with me. And this is also doubling as its 1-year anniversary show. Because the first show we ever had, this is before it was even called the Poser Palace. Well, it was called the Poser Palace, but we planned this show before we even named the venue. Was a birthday show by request of her. So this is like this is a whole thing. It's a birthday celebration, an anniversary show, and it's 2 days long. On night 1, we will have Del Lago, Low Cash Ninjas, Just for the Record, Outlaw Stiffs, Storm Harbor Point, Adam and the Cracker Jacks, and Finger Blasters. That's going to be, that's actually Nikki's electronica project. Well, not even electronica, her sort of industrial project. It's what it is. It's pretty fun. But Low Cash Ninjas, I'm excited for them. Those guys haven't been to Salt Lake in a couple of years, and the last time they were here, I missed them. And Conrad hit me up asking if I could let them play my house. I go, well, we have a show going on there already, but it's a festival, so I'm pretty sure we could easily squeeze them in, and we did. So there they are, and there they'll play. Anyway, that's night 1. On the 12th, night 2, will be Wicked Temple, Molotovin, Mindlock, Murphy and the Giant, and Satan himself. Actually, hold on. Murphy and the Giant or Atypical Heroes dropped off. One of those bands dropped off. Let me see. Okay, Atypical Heroes we did have them booked, but they're dropped off because one of their members just had to go see Placebo that night. Ooh, priorities, I guess. Okay, but Murphy and the Giant will still be with us. That'll be awesome. So yeah, we'll figure out set times for that shit. But anyway, that's going to be at the Poser Palace. $10 to enter for either day. And yeah, the whole shebang will be starting at 5 p.m. on night 1, maybe closer to 6 p.m. on night 2, maybe a little earlier on night 1. I don't know. We're still figuring out the times. It'll start early and it will end late. But another thing going on the 12th is the Satanic Panic Saturday, which is going to include the Adjusters, Beast in the Sun, Ad Nauseum, Outlaw Stiffs, and Gold Dust Chains. That's going to be at the Chop Shop, which is at 310 East Center Street in Suite C. That is a $5 show starting at 6 p.m. Then on the 13th is another benefit show for Arturo. It is going to feature the bands Uncross, Fight the Future, Red Pete, Shere Khan, and it's going to be at Aces High Saloon. They're asking for a $10 donation. And that's going to start at 7:30 p.m. So if you couldn't make it to the one on the 27th, then try and make it to the one on the 13th. It's going to be, yeah, it's fucking necessary. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to that show because I am playing a show that night. Yeah, I'll be playing up at Liquid Joe's. Just hold on a second. Let me get the flyer right here. I am not very prepared. There we are. Yep, Sunday, July 13th, I will be playing at Liquid Joe's. That's Apathetics. We'll also be playing with the Slights, MPNK, Pirates of the Promised Land, and Hi-Fi Murder. That's an early show. Shit's going to be starting up at 5 p.m. So maybe I'll be able to make it to the benefit show over at Aces. It is sort of a drive away, but not too far. We'll just see. We'll just have to see. We will see. We were actually asked to play that show. Funnily enough, we were asked to play that show, but we had already committed to this one. And it's like, damn it! God damn! I would have loved to have been part of Arturo's benefit show, but fuck. I'm still gonna try and make it over there. So anyway, that's all that's coming up for the next few weeks. Guys, thank you for joining me on this episode of Live and Wired and Tales from the Pit. We will be with you next week. I will tell you about how the shows go that I'll be attending. Let's see, and the next time I'll be broadcasting to you is on the 4th. So what shows will I be seeing? Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm going to try and make it to that Cudney show. I'll be over at Down Under. I'll try and be at the Down Under. And yeah, I'll definitely try and make it to that Haywire show. So those are the two shows I'll definitely be talking about next week. But guys, until then, once again, I'm Eric from SLC Punkcast / Live and Wired / Tales from the Pit. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this ugly mug talk about some awesome shows. And yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Dustin. He's going to tell you about more shows that are happening, probably closer to your neck of the woods, covering the national circuit. So stay tuned for him. Take care, guys. See you next week.
Thank you, Eric. And now we go around the world, starting off with that Haywire tour that seems like I'm talking about this for weeks, if not months on end, which is fantastic because that means they're hitting as many places as they can. Today, the 27th, they're in Seattle. So they're getting to the top of that Pacific Northwest. They'll be in Richland, Washington on the 28th. On the 30th, they'll be in Boise. On the 2nd, they'll be here in Salt Lake City. Cheyenne on the 3rd, 4th of July. They'll be in Fort Collins. Denver on the 6th. Albuquerque on the 7th, working their way back down. What do they got? Oklahoma City on the 8th. 9th is Denton, Texas. Then Little Rock on the 10th, and working their way back up to Boston. So we're kind of in the bottom of the middle column, up the right column. If they're coming to a town near you, I suggest you go see them. After that, we have Sharp Fest in Indonesia. That is the 28th. I mean, by the time I am doing this, it's like the morning of the 28th. So not a lot of time if you're in Bandung. You get to go see at the United We Stand Sharp Fest festival. You get to see Republic, Mimpi, Anti-Squad, Rentenir, FC, The Mons, Gantang Abadi Group, Case 15, The Gangs, The Lads 69, love those guys, Perry Boys, Batter Rebel, I think, Scandal of Riot, Firecrackers, Red Blood, Bolum, 5 Watt, Young Coconut, and the Mercedath. Hopefully I've got them all on there and got them all listed right. If you're going to be there, go check them out. More details, you can definitely go to any of those bands like our pals in the Lad 69 and find out. Then the Drowns are going to be starting a European tour on July 1st. They'll be spending the 4th of July in Berlin, as you can tell, but they'll be starting in Germany. The 7th through the 8th are all going to be in Germany. They'll be in Munich. That's to my pal Thorsten with Billy Liar on the 8th of July. Then they'll be doing Austria, Serbia, Austria again, another Prolsdorf on the 12th, Belgium, a bunch more Germany. So they're going to be heating up like pretty much anywhere in the regions near you, I'm sure, in Germany. So if you're going to be there, go hit them up. And they'll also be hitting up Czechia towards the end. That tour goes through the 19th. Next, it's definitely festival season. We'll throw on a few festival flyers as we have already. Oi, the meeting will be June 27th and 28th. It is in Dresden at Club Pushkin. There we go. Today, Agent Bulldog. These shows are getting ready to be kicking off by the time you get to see this. Menace, Jack the Lad, Eastside Dogs, and Neustaedter Jungs. Then Antiheroes, love that. You get to see them on Saturday. Crux, Squelette, Sewerheads, Sabotage. Loaded lineup for that 2-day festival there in Dresden. So make sure you go check out those bands. Ray Gun Cowboys are also doing a European tour. They're coming over from Canada. They start on July 5th. They'll be in Germany, in Zwickau. They'll be Estonia at Santa Suzanne at the Psychobilly meeting. That's going to be on July 6th. They got a bunch of other German shows, as you can see on that flyer. And you can also go to Raygun_Cowboys. They'll be doing Austria, Czechia, and then they'll actually be going over to, that's taking up most of July. They're actually going to be over in Europe and the UK till almost mid-August, because they'll be doing UK shows August 1st through 10th, including Rebellion Festival. They'll be there for 2 days. So make sure you go check them out. Their new album's fantastic. Their previous album's great too, but the new album's really great. Then Murphy's Law are doing a tour. This one, not a European tour, everybody. Not a European tour. And Murphy's Law, I see you're not making up that Salt Lake City show you guys had to miss because of the snow. But June 20th, they started in New York. We're up to the 27th, so they're in East Hampton, Massachusetts now. Albany on the 28th. Providence on the 29th. July 1st, they'll be in Syracuse. Then Buffalo, Columbus, Ohio, Detroit, Grand Rapids, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Frederick, Maryland, and wrapping up Clifton, New Jersey at Dingbats on the 11th. And as you can tell, two-sided limited edition tour shirt if you want to go check that out. Next up, we've got Helter Shelter. Old Dogs are going to be playing with Disorderly Conduct, Quaid. This is on July 2nd. Doors at 7:30. It's $5 entry. Ask a punk for directions. So I'd probably reach out to old.dogs.dsm. That is an 18 and older show. Old Dogs are from Des Moines, so I have to imagine it is somewhere in that area because there's not a lot of other details. I don't know the other bands offhand, but I bet it's going to be a great show. Then we're going to head to Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts at Midway Cafe for Reckless Records presents Worm Slave Drivers record release show, Cry Havoc. It's a Sunday matinee. Love matinees. Definitely always want to promote the matinees, and that's this Sunday, June 29th. It is 3 p.m. Screw Cart will be there, Hardwired, Stitches. So pretty loaded lineup. Make sure you go check out all those bands. Then we've got No Choice going to be playing a show. No Choice looks like it's in Arizona. It will be Phoenix this Saturday. Oh, there it is. Yep. Kingdom Boxing, the 28th, $10. Doors are at 7. You get No Choice, Hypervigilant, Hate Speed. Is that what that says? Hate Speech rather. Gray Out and Jackknife. Sorry, I goofed that one up. A lot of good ones there. We have just a couple more flyers to go. I hope you are going to be checking out all sorts of other cool shit, right? Because, like I say, it is festival season, and you definitely want to get out to some of the fests, but it's also because it is the warmer months, you want to be getting out and checking out the bands that are in your area, that are coming to your area, those kind of things. So make sure you go check them out. Just looking here for our pals well, we'll get to that. The next fest here is Back to Basics Fest in Fife. It's Punk Fest. It's June 27th, 28th, so getting ready to kick off as we speak, I'm sure. The Eddies, Panic Attack, Get It Together, Dregs, Hobos, Iron System, Ramona Mania, The Deployed, Bucky Bombs, Buzz Bomb, The Cundies, and Arsic Disorder. I can't read that one. The Ghost Train. A lot of good bands there that I know and a lot that I don't, but I imagine if they're all playing together, then you would know, right? Go to the Fuck Ups, the F-Ups _band, get more details, or I'm sure, like I say, you can go check out any of the bands. Then we've got Made of Ace out of the UK. They're going to be doing a European tour. It actually starts tomorrow, the 28th. They'll be at Mighty Sounds in Czechia. And then, SK, where is SK? I don't know offhand. They'll be in Munich on July 1st. A bunch of other German shows, as you can see there. Brewpot Rodeo, that's a fest. So they're obviously hitting a few festivals. They'll be in France by July 8th. Doing a handful of French shows. They'll be in Italy. They'll be in Switzerland. Back to Germany again. UK at Rebellion. So they'll be busy in Europe for quite a few dates. So go check out the ladies of Made of Ace. And I'm going to wrap up here with the Randoms and Oil and Scunthorpe Yobs, Aggressive Manner, and Ingrata. They'll be playing on July 11th, an all-ages show. Doors at 6:30. Pre-sale is $12, so do that. Otherwise, you're going to have to spend $15, and it's all going to be at Cafe Colonial. So make sure you get there in California. I think Cafe Colonial, if I'm not mistaken, is near Sacramento, so a little bit further up north. I don't recall offhand exactly where that one will be. So we're going to wrap this up now. Thank you for tuning in this week to Live and Wired.